And we're back. To my dismay, we probably would have been finished recording this by now, but I'm
We would
being.
have been done with this months ago.
That's also true. But we should have been done with this like a year ago. No, well, maybe not a year ago, but like almost a year ago.
Months ago.
March 22nd, 9:47 a.m. District Court Defendant Lobby number 3.
Adrian did it.
That's what it looks like.
Dude, like, no way. That woman couldn't do, like, anything like that. I had to be careful there because it almost looked like he said, that woman couldn't do anything. Which,
Would have
I
been,
mean...
would have been a turn for a bit, first character a bit there.
Yeah.
Well, in court today, there will be a amount of evidence that will implicate you.
A mountain of, like, evidence? Like, man, that's a lot of evidence.
So there's someone out there trying very hard to pin this whole thing on you.
Okay, I want to make a prediction here.
Mhm. Okay.
This has actually all just been, like, a publicity thing.
That'd be a twist.
Like, straight up, yeah, sure, the dude was dead, but, on guard and, for basically frames himself in order to try and get in the publicity notice more.
I guess we'll see.
Somehow, I don't think that's it.
Please, Mr. Lawyer, dude, like I said yesterday, I'm refreshing like a spring breeze, all right?
Like, this guy had no one to defend him, which is very bad for these kind of cases.
Just like Maya. And a lot of the cases, actually, Jesus Christ. Almost all the cases start out with, there's no one willing to defend you, or no one has any evidence to defend you. We're just gonna have to fucking make some shit up. I can't let this sort of scandal ruin that.
You understand?
Assuming that's Von Karma.
Well, it's almost time.
Oh no, it's Mia.
Well,
yeah.
it's almost time.
We must get a complete acquittal today. Phoenix, have you located that damn fourth Chaos Emerald?
No, but the fifth one's somewhere that way.
Oh, well, that's very productive.
Or pearls either. No matter what, I have to focus on winning the case by the end of the day, which is not happening. We know this.
Indeed. Well, let's get going.
Oh, god damn it. This is right.
Good morning. This is it, Mr. Attorney. The day of the trial.
She's changed accents yet again.
She's unharmed, right?
Well, of course. When I checked on her earlier this morning, she seemed to be, how shall we say, tired.
She's changed accents yet again.
Now, don't worry. People don't die that easily.
I think this guy's got an identity crisis going on.
Well, no. How do you think I keep getting away with all these murders? By just having the same voice. Besides, what you really should be concentrating on is winning today's trial.
Sure.
For myself, you must win today's trial. Which is why I sent you a little present this morning.
Better give back my goddamn ear.
A present? What in the world would you want to give me?
You'll figure it out once the trial opens, even if you don't like my gift. I expect you to graciously accept it and win today's contest, if you please.
He's switching between accents mid-sentence.
Damn,
Go
he's
on.
powerful.
I don't like the sounds of any of this.
Don't worry, it's not a bomb. That's a few cases late. That's a few games later.
A bomb.
A bomb.
Mr. Lawyer Dude, who was that?
Don't worry about it. It has nothing to do with you, so just forget.
Not entirely true, but
Dude, did your nose just get longer?
March 22nd, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 3. Ha, 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 ha.
That's what I'm
Hmm?
doing for the joke. No, I'm joking. Uh, court is now in session for the trial of Matt Engard. Are the prosecution and the defense ready?
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
I was gonna say, I did see her over there.
I say, Mr. Wright, what did you do?
I don't know, Your Honor. Why are you getting mad at me?
Your Honor?
Your Honor.
Your Honor.
Please be quiet, Kate Bailiff. The court is in session. You must tell me something. Please keep it brief. Now then, what is it?
Prosecutor Von Karma has... Oh!
Holy shit, he's dead!
Von Karma's been shot by an unknown gunman.
Holy
Is
shit.
that our gift?
I've been guessing this is the gift.
Shot?
Holy fuck.
She's 18. Somehow, this wasn't me. I think this is the present that man was talking about. Why didn't he just ask me to do it?
Why can't anything ever be easy?
Miss Falcara is one of the top prosecutors of the country at the moment. If she disappeared, it was to be to your advantage.
I don't like any of this. I don't like any of this. Is she alright?
I don't have that answer.
He's alive in stable condition. Kermit
It's me, Kermit the Frog.
the Frog here.
I put a cap in that bitch.
I popped a cap in her ass.
You,
That's what
you're...
you called my...
I thought he'd show up.
Your Honor.
Ha!
Due to the circumstances,
right.
Miss Francisca
Stop.
Von Karma cannot appear in court today. Ugh, sorry, I had a frog in my throat.
What the fuck? Why are you trying to hit me, you fucker?
Velvet. I, Miles Edgeworth, will be taking her place. Prosecution is ready. Naturally. Let's go.
Yeah, just one of the best prosecutors to another.
Yeah, really. Miss Von Karma was shot in her right shoulder and is currently undergoing surgery. Luckily, I have looked into this case and I am familiar with the details. Prosecution seeks to prove the guilt of Mr. Matt Ungard.
Like, the court acknowledges, holy shit, she's dead.
Holy shit, he's alive! That's
No,
right.
he's dead.
I stole her soul. I finally found the answer I was struggling with on my long journey this past year. I've decided you can be the top. Now then, the prosecution would like to call its first witness. Please bring Detective Gumshoe to the witness stand. Wow, we really got the whole original cast here, huh?
Well, no, there's
Mostly.
no buts here.
Well,
And no Maya.
well.
But to be fair,
She's here in a different way.
You mean as, like, a prisoner of war?
Witness your name and occupation. Oh, I'm tired.
My name's Dick Gumshoe, sir. I'm a detective down at the precinct. For now. For now, after this trial's over, I'm supposed to turn in my badge, sir.
Mhm.
Look what you
Detective.
did, Phoenix.
To be fair, that was Gumshoe's choice.
Prosecution has no need for a depressed witness. Get the fuck over it. Now let's have your testimony. I want to explore the various facets of this case, so we must start with that. Phoenix, get ready. He's been waiting for a year.
Yeah, it would have to be with Edgeworth as my opponent.
Well, hopefully that edge will be worth.
Hmm. Alrighty, let's see what you got, Edgeworth.
It's testimony bare facts of the case.
This murder happened after the Hero of Heroes Award ceremony, sir. The victim, Juan Carita, was found dead in his hotel room. After looking into the cause of death, we believe he was definitely murdered, sir.
So he died to death.
Yep. I mean, to be fair, death can be a pretty challenging Castlevania boss. At first, we thought there was something suspicious about the empty guitar case. However, we later found out the guitar case had nothing to do with the murder.
That means it has something to do with the murder.
It
Definitely.
absolutely does have something to do with the murder.
After the award ceremony ended, the victim was alone in his room. Both the victim and the defendants were alone in their rooms, sir. I see. Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination.
Alright, so where do we start?
Not here.
Statement 3, I guess. You know, the one where he says definitely murdered.
Yeah, I think hopefully this gets us a weapon. Wasn't that because Mr. Carita was stabbed in the chest?
Only a careless amateur would believe something so brainless as that, you fucking moron. Take a good, hard look at the crime photo. Now, a real pro's attention would be drawn to this bandana.
And banana?
Banana.
Banana.
This
Oh,
bandana,
banana.
sir. This thing wrapped around tightly around his neck, sir. Yes.
I couldn't even see it.
His banana scented banana.
Sure, whatever works.
Then what about the knife?
It seems to have been stuck into the victim's chest on purpose after his death.
Okay, would that not seem suspect to anyone? No? Okay.
We have a crafty murderer on our hands here. Almost like a ninja. Wait, no, he was the ninja.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was the ninja.
He's...
No, apparently he was a very bad ninja.
Alright, let's just take a look at that. He's... time for that. Strangled with a scarf, stabbed with a knife. I think we should...
Yeah, probably press this one.
Yeah, just because it's like, oh, why were you suspicious of it then? Exactly what I just said.
And why did you think that?
Because it was empty, pal. The Jammin' Ninja doesn't go anywhere without his bright red guitar. And we couldn't find it anywhere at the scene of the crime. Oh, then how about this theory? A fan really wanted the guitar and did the crime to get it. How's that? We thought of that too, but... the only fingerprints on the guitar's cases were the victim's.
Odd.
But there was liquid on top of it. Someone scrubbed their fingerprints. I see. So much for my theory, then.
Okay, got that updated. Okay, now what led you to believe it had nothing to do with the case?
Yeah, we definitely address this. What if it had nothing to do with the case?
Oh,
The guitar wasn't at the Gatewater Hotel that night.
why was the case even there?
Well, then where was it? The Wright guitar was actually eventually found at the TV studio. The victim, Juan Carita, had apparently only taken the case with him, sir. So you mean he forgot to put the guitar inside the case? Yes, sir. Even when he was on stage for the ceremony, he didn't have his guitar.
So it was empty even before he got to the hotel?
I bet you there's something originally in that case, and I bet you it might have to do with that original suicide note. Or,
Or
what?
perhaps a
Maybe,
confession?
or maybe it was the murderer in it.
Not that tiny thing, no.
Yeah, that's right. So it really had nothing to do with the case after all. Hmm.
I believe that is enough. First, the victim was choked to death with his bandana. Then, after the victim was dead, the killer deliberately stabbed him with a knife.
Hmm.
Which brings me to the next point. Why then did the police arrest Matt on guard? Because there was no reason to suspect him.
Because there was reason enough to suspect him.
That's what I said.
No, it isn't.
It is now. Court, amend my
Oh,
statement.
great. He's back in full swing.
Very well. Detective Gumshoe, please testify on this matter. Yes, sir.
Right into the next one.
No actual cross-examination.
I guess we... Yeah,
I
he's...
guess that's just
presenting,
laying
you
out the
mean.
exact facts of what
Yeah,
happened.
so...
Yeah.
Indisputable ones. Matt on guard and Juan Carita were huge rivals with each other. They each thought the other guy was in his way. That's motive enough in my book. As for evidence, there's Gem and Ninja's button. It was ripped off the ninja's costume and found in Matt Ungar's hakama. The defendant's fingerprints were also all over the knife. The defendant bought the knife for the crime, which makes this a premeditated murder.
that looks like one of the knives that was in the hotel room.
The defendant's fingerprints were found on the knife used in the stabbing. It was sort of sticky on the handle, so the fingerprints came out pretty clearly, sir.
Sticky.
I want to look at this knife.
We'll look at the knife. Hold on. Don't
And the
worry.
button.
Well, we don't have the button yet.
Well,
There's the victim's blood and
It says Gatewater.
it says gate.
which is
Well,
the hotel.
yeah. So, like I said, it's one of the hotel's knives.
That was found on the clothes, wasn't it? But it was also covered in blood. Yes, we know that the blood on it is the victim's blood, sir.
Oh, that's just great.
Felix, I wouldn't be too surprised by this. You saw the picture. Ripped off his costume. Is covered in Corita's blood found in Engard's hakama. Okay.
All this points very clearly to the defendant, doesn't it?
Yes, most certainly does, Your Honor. Ready to give in yet, right? I get to pick the movie tonight.
I'll find the hole in your argument somehow.
You could press as hard as you'd like. Just hurry up with your usual pointless questions.
Damn it, he's back. Well, the statement that was bought before it, we already know that's a fucking lie.
Which one?
The statement where it's he bought the knife, I think it's the last statement.
Last or second to last? Yeah, we already
No,
have
not
this.
that. Not that.
Nope.
Not that one.
Yeah, I think we need to present the knife to this.
Well, if we can at least get off the premeditated murder,
Yeah, like
that helps
wait,
a
let's wait a second.
What?
So the basis of your argument that this was premeditated
Pre-
murder is simply that
premeditated.
premeditated. Sorry.
It was premeditated. There's an entirely other
they
problem,
Oh God.
they had a whole meeting about this. They were set. They had a plan.
including the victim.
I mean, we were saying this was a publicity stunt earlier, weren't we?
I mean, yeah.
I mean, that would
Yeah,
be.
but
Anyway.
so this was about that my client brought the knife. Well, he did not buy this knife.
Huh?
Take a good look at the handle of this knife, and you'll know what I'm talking about.
Huh?
Huh? It
I,
has.
I choose to believe he's just not listening.
Handle.
Also, I know it's a
He's
game.
listening to his AirPod.
I know it's a game, but I feel like that even this is gross incompetence to not notice that says Gatewater on the knife.
Yeah, that's gross incompetence.
Or Miss Von Karma.
She's not here right now, so
Yeah, but
Yeah,
she was
that's
preparing for this case.
yeah, that's the name of the hotel, the Gatewater Hotel.
Uh-oh. I am definitely getting
So
fired
the
after
murder
this.
knife was actually property of the hotel, which means this murder was not. I'm just going to butcher this word, aren't I?
premeditated.
Premeditated.
I know you know this word.
Yeah, premeditated. I don't know why I'm just getting the
So-
other
so-
word stuck in my head.
Premeditate.
Yes, that's very true.
Metapod.
It's a very big.
Premetapod. Big. Sorry, I was just thinking about Big the cat.
What?
Mm,
Right.
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 Come on, Phoenix, you can't remember that Big the cat is my favorite Sonic character? God, even he knows what premeditated murder means.
I forgot. Your favorite character is Big the Cat because he's so big and round.
Oh, so?
Listen, I admit the knife is hotel property. There's no one currently on the police force that is that dumb enough to not realize this.
Oh, poor Gumshoe.
Self-admittance.
Yeah, that is like kicking a puppy when it's down.
Edgeworth was trying to be nice about it. He was like trying to give him an out. Question is, why did Big the cat have the knife?
What?
No, it's obvious. It came from the victim, Mr. Kurita's room.
Sorry, Your Honor, but this is incorrect. Big the cat didn't stay at this hotel. The victim ate a last meal before he was murdered with Big the cat. I don't know. I would like to draw the court's attention to the top of the table. Yeah, I noticed that earlier.
Yeah.
Judge?
Too late.
Then where in the world did this knife come from? Sorry, my grandmother was talking to me.
If it pleases the court, I would like us all to recall Big the cat in his great honor. Wait,
Whenever.
wrong flashback. Especially when he was on
I-
top of the table. Nothing missing, perhaps it's a singular knife? We investigated the leftover dishes for fingerprints, and while we were investigating, we came to the conclusion that Matt Ungard's knife was missing.
Mm,
Mr. Ungard has gone to the victim's room with the knife he had used during dinner. Why did he carry a knife to visit? To kill, of course. And with that, I believe the prosecution has proven that Big the Cat is the best Sonic character. Seems like Edgeworth has been planning this from the very beginning. So he shot Mr. Burns.
Didn't this one?
Phoenix can't keep up with everything that's going on right now. Big the Cat.
Murder weapon with fingerprints and a button of the victim's costume. I think we can just call this murder.
I can safely say that any further deliberation is a waste of yours and Big the Cat's time, Your Honor. Although, wouldn't mind if the defense was to present evidence not yet shown to the court. See, now he's actually working with us instead of against us.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. I imagine Gumshoe told him about the dangerous predicament we're in.
He means evidence the court hasn't seen yet. In other words, new evidence.
I say
Does
we
the
have
defense
new
have
evidence
to
or it's
say
game
about this,
over.
Mr. Wright?
Phoenix, the judge needs to know. Show him what you've got. You answer something wrong here?
That gavel of his will be ringing out to the sound of our defeat. Well, yeah, obviously, or
Yeah,
otherwise
I
we're
mean, we
done.
do.
We do.
And I think I know the one thing that kind of disrupts this whole line of thought.
I believe you do too, and I believe I do as well.
Then what do you think it is, Deadlock?
The flute.
It's a dessert glass.
Same difference.
A wine glass, actually.
No, it's not a wine glass.
It's a wine glass. The game calls it a wine glass.
It's not a wine glass, though.
Wait,
Whoever named it was a
You're right, it's a
moron.
tomato glass.
I'm gonna beat the fuck out of both of you. However, I'm only giving you one chance and only one.
The judge is saying, right? Just don't try pulling one of your usual bluffs here.
Come on, let's get to it.
Oh shit, it really is a one and done deal here.
That is the entire health bar. Jesus heck.
Maybe we should make a save state here just in case this is actually wrong.
Probably
Done.
a good idea.
Done. So
Let's
what
go for
did
the wine glass?
you guys both agreed on the wine
I
glass?
see you're doing it too now.
Yeah, I'm calling what the game's calling someone who wrote that as a moron.
It does look like you could eat parfaits out of it, and I would.
Well, yes, it is literally a dessert glass.
It's hard to tell how big it actually is. That's the problem.
No, like the size of it isn't actually a thing.
No, I know it's a thing. I'm not arguing that. I'm just saying whether it's the proper size for a dessert glass. Can't tell. Also, we got it right, so.
This is a wine glass. Is it? Wait, no, this is a dessert glass.
Oh, it's a wine glass, sir. The game text says so.
Please look at the
The
photo
game
of the
text is
one more
wrong.
time.
You're right, it's a flute. It's a champagne flute.
The scene of the Met is a mess because of the victim's struggle against his assailant. The vase was broken, his makeup all over the floor. These were all things that were at one point sitting on top of the dresser.
Well, yeah. And
Sorry. I accidentally touched some of the audio and I had to fix it.
However, this glass that is sitting on top of the dresser is mysteriously untouched. The only thing that had not fallen over, along with everything else, is this wine glass. This piece of evidence is more than strange enough to warrant further consideration. Well, what do you have to say?
well, yes, it is a little weird.
Yes, isn't it? I thought it was. Oh, wait, whoops. Sorry.
You can stop looking at me with your puppy dog eyes, you know. Mr. Edgeworth?
What is it, Your Honor?
Your opinion?
You don't need my opinion. Only Big the Cat's. There's no special meaning to that glass.
Excuse me?
Safe to say that the glass was set there after the crime took place. By the person who discovered the body, Adrian Andrews, for example. Sorry, I read that wrong, but you know what I mean. Could have easily been so shocked that she set the glass down without thinking. Next line of dialogue. Oh, I wasn't supposed to read that part.
Well, it does sound very plausible, Mr. Wright.
No. If it's possible, we lose. Look for proof later.
I love how he hypes himself up. It just might fall for it. You're thought-provoking enough.
The defense would like to challenge the prosecution's theory. We would like to see something that proves it was Miss Andrews who set up on the table.
You have turned the situation on its head as usual. Mr. Edgeworth, do you have any proof to back up your claim?
There's no way. He's bluffing.
Unlike the bottom over there, I'd never say anything unless I have evidence to support it.
Because
What?
I'm not a moron.
You're not thinking hard enough today, right? Do you think the wine glass escaped my notice?
Then
This was a trap.
Of course it had been inspected thoroughly for fingerprints.
fingerprints.
There's only one set of fingerprints left on the wine glass.
Only one? Well, whose were they?
They're not the victims nor the defendants, rather they were of one Adrian Andrews. Personally, I was going to write this off, but then I realized she's a fan of Charmy B, and I just couldn't have that.
In fact, we should be trying her for criminally liking Charmy the Bee.
Not the worst character to like.
Are we done here? Hey, put him at the stake.
So many traps.
Miss Andrews was probably holding the glass when she went to see Mr. Corita. But upon seeing his dead body, she was so stunned she couldn't even think about Charmy B.
Also, can we talk about how huge that button is?
Well, I mean, it's a big suit, or a big costume.
Well, yeah, but that's like...
Like,
how
yeah,
could someone...
that
How
button...
did they not notice that on his pants before this?
Yeah.
Especially because Adrian was coming in and out of the room repeatedly.
Now we get a bit of a...
Again, could be a point.
We do get a good idea of how tall she is, though. Like she is almost as tall as he is sitting. And he's limp right now. She is a tiny thing. Tis, now do you see right? Big the Cat is the best character in the Sonic lore. I thought long and hard about the past year, what it means to be a prosecutor, and from here on out I will show you the answer I have come to discover. Sonic sucks.
Wait a second, Mr. Edgeworth. I think the prosecution had provided enough evidence for me to enter my verdict.
Unfortunately, I cannot allow you to pass judgment yet, Judge. You don't even realize that Vector the Crocodile is only bottom tier.
Ah, guys, I'm Vector the Crocodile.
Another witness? Of
I don't know
what?
why I turned Edgeworth into a huge Sonic fan, but I'm going with it.
I think he'd be more into Digimon.
Yeah, I think so too.
Probably, but I'm going with this bit. Bailiff, bring in Agumon.
He says as he switches gears.
Hey, I'm pretty good at it.
I'm Agumon.
I'm pretty good at it.
Ty, we gotta stop Satanmon.
Let's call Amon.
What in the world is Edgeworth thinking?
He's here to actively help us.
Oh, I thought.
Because if the case ends and we lose, then Maya's toast.
Yeah.
Now then,
No.
witness, please state your name and occupation, and tell me which Digimon series is the best.
The fuck is a Digimon?
Witness your name and... Gotcha. Gotcha.
Kill you.
I didn't think he
I
breaks so
wonder why
easily.
that yeah, like, really? You again?
Oh, Angie boy, it's been, what, a year since we last met, hasn't it?
Yeah, that's what it is.
You should be more happy to see me. Saw the reports of the test report, but who knew under that helmet was a goddamn Pokemon fan.
We get which of the witness stand?
I tell you, this time I know what I'm supposed to do. So today, I'm gonna tell you anything and everything. Even things I don't have to do with the terrible crime.
Miss Witness, that terrible crime is all the court needs to know.
The judge wants to know nothing outside of that.
Ugh.
Wait,
Gosh.
did that thing actually do something?
No, it's just a toy.
Yeah,
They're playing along.
Oof.
Look, it's a comedy joke. It's just a joke because she's pointing a toy gun at them.
What would actually happen is someone would scream, "She's got a gun," and then she'd just die.
yeah.
Gosh, I'm talking to my dear Edgy Wedgie right now. Don't interrupt us, Gramps. She's probably older than him. Hold on.
Yes, madam.
Oh, we don't know. Doesn't tell us.
Age infinity.
You know what's rude to ask
her
the
real name
ignorant
is-
lady?
I was always there.
Real age
I am the
is-
beginning. I am the end. The alpha and the amoeba. Oh god, I hate Pokemon fans. Anyway, a billion lions would win. This fucking guy doesn't know RCS is the god of Pokemon. They can't do anything. Let me educate you. Witness stand, it was on security at the hotel. They're listening to Pokemon soundtracks. That's the only point I'll give them. Just banger OSTs. I did a great job that night. Listening to pure Gen 1 soundtrack. That shit was fire. Oh yeah, and Juan, he was great. That was too much for my little heart to handle. Gosh.
I'm sorry, I'm just blinded by your fucking stupidity.
Not my fault. Gen 1 for life.
So you admit to being stupid?
Look, everyone's crazy over Gen 1 and Matt Ungard, saying he's cute and something. But not me. I wouldn't say that, only the Gen 1 part. After all, I have no interest in little children like him. I'm only interested in a real man, Juan Corrida.
Those two were the same age.
Anyway, as I was saying, I was pacing in front of his room that night. Very well, please tell the court what you witnessed the night of the murder. Leave it to me, Edgy Poe. My throat is really starting to hurt.
Regretting his voice.
Yeah. Before I was doing it in a way that I didn't feel anything, but I'm doing it wrong now, so I'm feeling it. Anyway, after the ceremony, I went to pace around the hallway in front of his room. There was something I was interested in finding out, you know. So since I was on the job, I made sure to keep a good eye out the whole time. That's when someone showed up. It was a man coming out of poor Juan's room. It was on guard. Matt on guard. He was trying to sneak his way out of Juan's room.
So Mr. Engard came out of the victim's room.
Hey, it has to be him. He's the murderer.
Well, Mr. Wright, you may begin a cross-examination, though I doubt you want to.
Correct, because this episode is over. We'll see you guys next time where we actually begin the cross-examination.
Bye.
Bye!